Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rachakodash. Double honors to my apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the B'chayim, the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to be delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation, Yash'Allah. A few topics I want to go into, various topics. The first one is what just happened recently today. It is September 10th, 2025. And Charlie Kirk. All right, actually, let's look him up real quick. But he was assassinated today. All right, and he's known for going to colleges or universities and debating. So October 14th, 1993, he was born in Illinois, and he got assassinated in Orem, Utah. Charles James Kirk was an American conservative political activist, author, and media personality. He co-founded the conservative organization Turning Point in USA in 2012 and was its executive director. All right, that's basically it. So let's get into this video. Various topics I really want to get into. So I don't know why my TikTok does that. But
this is the event in Utah.
The event, right?
Kirk speaking. A shot.
I can't play the video where he got assassinated. I mean, I seen it. The bullet went right through his jugular. Instant death. Definitely instant death. Now, could this have been a staged event? Probably. You know, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, but I do know that Esau is going to advance on this situation. This is going to be more of a reason to take away guns and to implement surveillance, which they already have, and send in or deploy troops in every American city and state. I mean, Trump is already doing it, but this gives them more fuel. So let's watch this video. All right, crazy. If you actually see the video where he gets shot, it's like, whoa. Seeing it on camera, man.
It's heard, and then we stop the video here before he is struck, and he falls out of sight, and the people who took this video scrambled to get away to some kind of safety. Obviously, a lot of panic, a lot of fear, and people trying to just get out of there once this shooting went down. This is the event in Utah.
So that was it right there. Okay. And again, Esau is going to advance on this situation. All right, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Whether this was real or staged, Esau is going to take advantage of this incident without a shadow of a doubt, okay? 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant of this man's plans. We know he wants to take away the guns. He wants to implement troops, eventually start martial law. Really, he's going to send in these mercenary troops from these other countries. But it's all gradual. All right, it's all gradualism, conditioning. Okay, now another thing I want to get off my TikTok, all right, is what's been going on in Nepal. They're burning down federal buildings, all right, their own governmental buildings. So let me see. Let's see which one I want to get first. I'll get this one first.
We are in the parliament.
And I believe it was 2 individuals that passed away, that were deceased, that got unalived.
Save your life and run, bitch!
Riots, protests.
We are in the parliament.
You should already know what scripture I'm going to get. Again, Nepal. Yeah, the police are running. Yeah, because they see this whole mob of angry people that have already thrown some type of device to burn down these buildings, most likely a Molotov. So yeah, they're running. That's gonna come here to America. It's not gonna be no peaceful protest that you're used to, you usually see. it's gonna come to this effect right here. Violence. They shall have no regard of the authorities. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. I'm gonna get that. All right. Let me just play this. That, and I believe this one is in Paris. All these protests going on over there.
Sur ces images que j'ai pu filmer ce matin à Paris, quelques tensions lors d'un blocus d'un lycée avec des tensions entre quelques personnes.
Yeah, I don't speak français, so on to the next one. Okay, but I'm gonna get those scriptures I said. So it's beautiful, crazy times I ran. Charlie Kirk got assassinated, okay, and he does what? Political debates. Yeah, he's a conservative. He goes to these college and university campuses, debates these individuals that come up, and soon your freedom of speech will go away. Ultimately, that's going to revert to the famine of the word. All right. Even Myron Gaines had a, I believe, a similar thing to like Charlie Kirk, a debate at one of these universities, I believe in Nashville, and I was actually on the live when he was covering this, and people were telling him like, nah, like fall back, because you just seen what happened. You know, I advise you, Myron Gaines, to definitely fall back. All right, fall back. All right, let me get Slocky. Hey, this shows you that hey, these Edomites are done. All right, Charlie Kirk, whether he's an Edomite or Jake, he better hope be a Jake, but these Edomites, hey, Edomite on Edomite crime. All right, it's done. America is done. Okay. Second Ezra 15, verse 15, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You just, well, it's gonna get to that point, but you see the people rising up, protesting, throwing Molotovs at federal governmental buildings, throwing water bottles at the police force. Soon those water bottles will turn into guns or to whatever weapon. And vice versa, the police force, they will use lethal force. For there shall be sedition among men, rebellion, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. I'm gonna get that in the GNC actually. Just curious. Asterisk 15 GNC. Okay, here it is. It says, verse 14, the world and the people in it are doomed. Woo! The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Yeah, all out hell's about to break loose, and World War III will pursue. But first, it'll be the implementation, the mandation, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. Slocky, let me go outside. This infomercial is loud. Slocky, I try to find a quiet area. Okay. It's a little better. All right, so it says, let me read it. It says, the war that will bring the destruction is very near. nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. Yeah. Yeah, that's all going to come. Damn, I can't. It seems like I can't get away. Fuck. I ain't one thing to another. Damn. Let's lock it. Let me just go back in. It won't hurt. I don't know if she wanted something. Salaki, let me, hold on, this lady wants something. Salaki, about that lady, I guess my neighbor was trying to get into the pool area, so I let her in. I'm going to this room. Salaki, I hate moving around. Sometimes I thought I found a quiet place, but it's loud in the background. Salaki. All right, let's get to it. I won't make this too long. So it says, nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be a great political turmoil. See, political turmoil. Let me just chat GPT that real quick. I'll just say, define political turmoil. I'll give you a quick summary. Give quick summary of Here's a quick summary. Okay, so key flashpoints. France is in the midst of a serious political crisis. We just got a video on that, right? In Paris. The June 2024 snap legislative election resulted in a hung parliament with no party having a clear majority. Prime Minister Francis Bayrou government fell after losing a no confidence vote over an austerity budget. Widespread protests under the Block Everything banner have erupted in response to budget cuts and inflation, with disruptions and clashes across the country. President Macron had appointed Sébastien Lecornu as the new prime minister, attempting to navigate this fractured political landscape. Georgia. There's a prolonged political crisis following elections in October 2024 that many opposition groups and international observers say were flawed. Disputes over the validity of the elections, delays or interference in parliamentary processes, and suppression of protests have intensified domestic instability. It just gives you a few more. All right, I can't go into everything. Okay. So, definition. So give a definition. I'll just say that. So political turmoil is a period of instability or disorder within a country's political system, often marked by government crisis, no confident votes, coups, and or disputed elections, mass protests, and civil unrest. We're seeing that everywhere, all over again. 2020 was like the turning point. That was like, it was so much protest all throughout the world. It was insane. At the same time, sharp polarization between political groups or parties, uncertainty in leadership or direction, which can disrupt normal governance. In short, it means a situation where the political order is shaken, unstable, or contested, creating confusion, conflict, and often social unrest. So again, political turmoil is a period of instability or disorder within a country's political system. And this is, it's often marked by government crisis, mass protests, civil unrest, sharp polarization, uncertainty in leadership or direction. So that's what political turmoil is. So it's instability within your own government, basically, and people protesting, with one group trying to overpower. Let me read it again. There will be a great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. Yeah. Civil unrest. These people are tired and they're going at it with the police force. There will no longer be free access to the cities, martial law, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. So I'm gonna get one more thing. There was one more thing I want to get. Salaki, I'm trying to think of it. It was a Charlie Kirk. That was one. The protests. Oh, let me get one more scripture actually. The protests in Nepal and then in France and Paris. And there was one more other thing. Oh, yeah. Trump sending these troops to various cities, but particularly he's going to send some troops into Chicago, and people, the civilians in Chicago were, Jake, were not having it. They were speaking about it. There's one viral TikTok that's going around, which I'm going to show, that just shows you the ignorance, and Jake is not ready. And Trump made a tweet. Chicago is going to find out why it's called the Department of War. Yeah. So you brothers, Babak Shah, keep your head on a swivel out there. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse. I'll get to the point. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end is manifest, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonder, and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And I had to get that scripture as well, that verse, because I want to show you another video actually, before I get to the other one. But yeah, protests, uproars, all happening. And earthquakes, like so many major earthquakes within these last few years, okay? Hold on, so let me get this, get the video. What video do I want to get? Salakia. I've been up all day. I'm kind of tired. Oh, right. On my channel. Okay. Here we go.
To the conclusion that I believe that the government that is blocking you'll see that another
this is a chariot, and the chariots are the spiritual vehicles from the heavens that the angels use. All right, you can read in Ezekiel the 1st chapter, and the chariots are actual living creatures of themselves. The best way I can kind of explain it is like Transformers. You can be inside the vehicle, but it's a lively creature itself. All right, and one day we're gonna have access to this, spiritual technology. All right, this spiritual creature. Okay, but yeah, this is a chariot. And watch.
Q9 launched a Hellfire missile.
Still going.
I think what
it was as if like the angels let them hit it, just to show like, you can't stop us. We'll still keep going, because they could have either dodged it or just took it. It's invincible. All right, it's a spiritual technology.
American people should think when seeing that video, along with others before me, is that
I really don't want. I don't give
and
shit
they
what
did
to say.
in this video, indeed,
Look.
very, very unique and a first in them showing us they're shooting something down. And they did not give any further detail on this footage, but everybody's seen it. And they stated they shot at it. They hit it with a Hellfire missile, and it seems to...
signs in the heavens, the blood moons, the solar eclipse, and the chariots. We're not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Now, I'm going to get to this video, and you're going to see the stupidity of Jake. And Jake is going to get ran through in Jacob's trouble.
You already know the rules. When you come to my house, take off your shoes. Let's go violate that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago again. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fuck down here, nigga. We are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever. I don't know what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang.
Thank you, High Speed. Calm down, Jamal. Easy with an I. Do you really think a bunch of are going to take out some trained marksmen? There's a reason why 52 people end up shot in Chicago. Because you missed target. I find it you're advocating for violence and telling your people to fight, but you're going to be mad as hell when they end up on a t-shirt. Then you're going to want to play Trump as racist bullshit. You literally proved why the National Guard is needed in Chicago. I'm sorry, what did you say? Over 100,000 gangs, more bad than good? Yeah, it's about time that law-abiding citizens in Chicago get to walk the streets safely, and you little cocksuckers get put in your place. So, keep advocating for violence. Keep on stoking those flames, because the only thing you're going to do is get you and homies killed, and you did it to yourselves. It's about time American soldiers were put on American soil to protect American people. I love all of you. I'm your Huckleberry.
And he's right. And whether that's the Edomite or Jake, he's right. Nevertheless, okay. You Jakes are gonna get ran through. Do you think you're gonna go against trained marksmen? People in the military train to kill. They train to go to war. Jake doesn't even know how to hold and shoot the gun right. They turn it sideways. All right. Jake is gonna get mowed through. So let me get the scripture. Jeremiah 30, verse 6. It says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness." Right? It's going to be so chaotic in that day. Men are going to be through. All right? All the strength is going to leave them. It even says the mighty men are going to tremble that day, roughly paraphrasing. Your mighty men, like special elite soldiers in these different military branches, like Navy SEALs, Green Beret, top athletes, combat sport, mixed martial artists, all right, or combat sports of anything, boxers, okay, are all going to be weak in that day. You know, top killers and assassins will be weak in that day, but guess who's not going to be weak? The elect. The Lord's going to have a strong spirit on us. You might get shaken in the spirit, you know, because we're in this flesh, right? You might get shaken in the flesh, I should say, but your spirit is going to be strong and not be affected. And you're going to just keep pushing through and endure. All right. Well, what scripture I want to get? Actually Jeremiah. I want to get the GNC version of that. Okay. Let's see. Jeremiah 30, verse 6, it says, "A cry of fear and not of peace. Now stop and think, can a man give birth to a child? No. Why then do I see every man with his hands on his stomach like a woman in labor?" They're going to be through. Just, you know, you put your hand on your stomach. You do that when you're sick, you're not feeling good. All right. So these men, they're going to just be through out here weak. Why is everyone so pale? Right. Again, when you're not feeling good, you're the opposite of strong. You're the opposite of well-being, having well-being. A terrible day is coming. No other day can compare with it. Daniel, the 12th chapter, the first verse. A day like never before is coming. A time of distress for my people, but they will survive. Talking about the elect only, but the nation. Talking about the elect only of the nation of Israel. But everyone else is gonna be through. So those are the few videos I want to get. I don't want to make it too long. All right. So on to the next one. Shalom.